Hello there. Today is no more about the intro. So, am I live? Yeah, I am. Let me share the links. Just a second. Just copy that and just see the intro for a certain minute because let me share it. What will be the title? I don't know. Coding web server in C to replace nodeJs devs. Oops. Yeah. Sorry guys for the late. Just a second, let me do something. I'm a bit late today. It is already 1. Yeah, I don't know. Just a second. Hello. Hello guys, how are you? Oh, alright. Let's do 30 minutes, I think. Hello. How is there? How are you, man? So today, what we will do? Okay. Let me set the context for the video. Actually, so today I actually heard about, holy shit, something called socket programming. So let me open Excalibur. Today actually heard something called socket. So basically it does what? When you actually create something, some website, or to be most specifically to some server, web server, that time we actually create something like 127, I mean localhost, let's say localhost colon 3000 for a nodeJs server, and we here proceed some get put some requests, right? Today we actually try to make a same server like in Express.js. What we do, we actually initialize some Express app like app const app equal to Express, then we listen that is the port being listened by Express, like that. So today we try to create, or we will actually try to make a same look of that thing by using complete C. Will not use any JavaScript, will not use any React Next.js or any ASP.NET or any other framework of C also. We will hard code everything from scratch using C, and we will actually understand that what actually called about TCP client, TCP server. So we will research about the topics, and yeah, I think that's it. So no one is here. Okay, alright, right. So let me actually say that there is a folder that is YouTube YT. Here actually the previous cardgame.c is here, so yeah, there is a thing. So alright, let me initialize our tmux. All right, so what are the let me see how to pan vertically. Control B then comma, control B then comma, not like this, man. I want control B. What was that? Control B then maybe, yeah, control B then this one, yeah, then control B then. So for actually simplification, I will tell you that what I gonna do. So basically here we actually run our GCC commands and we actually see our code here. All right, so we can just, I think this is good, right? And I should position myself here. Yeah, is this looking good? Anyone just comment me up first. I think it is good. Guys, are you there? If you are there, please comment here. It is already 6:67, so we will actually go through everything from scratch. All right, first thing is what we gonna do. Let me do it. So basically if we know something about NC lookup, or we know about ping. So what does ping does? Ping actually goes to a website and see that the connection is 200 okay or not. For that, let's say I have something called host. Let's say we do www.google.com or google.se, or we can do google.com. Then we can see that google.com has an IP address. We will not talk about IPv6, to be honest. We will talk about the normal IPv4 address, that is 142 point this, and we will tinker and we will see that we can do something with this or not. All right, so let me see that I actually did something with this. All right, just a second. I think I have done something called I actually forget about the command. What was that? Not this one, not this one. Yeah, not this, to be honest. All right, so what I did is actually NC. I'm using netcat. Basically netcat means NC. www.google.se and 80, and what I can parse, I can say head and slash http maybe 1.0. yeah, okay, so I got 200 okay. So we actually create this thing in C. What are we gonna create? Try to send some packets. That is what we're gonna do. We actually try to fetch this thing. This is called header. So if you go to any websites, you can get the headers from any website. So basically we're gonna do the same using socket programming in C. So let me create so I will use Vim. To be honest, I am not using Vim, NeoVim, but I like NeoVim, but let me do. So Vim, what gonna give the file name? So websockets.c. all right, first thing is, let me just what I do actually. So WebSockets, right? See, okay, sorry, I include. Okay, let me just Control Shift plus. I think. Oops. Yeah, I think this is good, right? and gcc, what is the file name? WebSockets .c -o WebSockets. So yeah, hello world is printed. So today I have to go to simultaneously to see that is anyone is viewing it or not. No one is present. So can anyone know that how can I just view it outside? I don't know how to read it. Can I don't know. Alright folks, so the first thing is we need something called socket programming. So let me start it. So to read it, let me not go to the documentation, let me start it actually first. So what I need first, so I need a variable called s and a struct. I just forgetting what is the name of the structure, to be honest, but let me see. Control B, man to sockets, socket, yeah. All right, so read this properly. Here is written, socket creates an endpoint for communication and returns a file descriptor that refers to that endpoint. The file descriptor returns by a successful call when will be the lowest number of file descriptor not currently open for the process. The domain argument specifies the communication domain. This selects the protocol family which will be used for communications. So we have to import a library called sys/socket.h. We know that, but let me see. So basically let the socket int socket grabs the domain, the type and the protocol. Alright folks, so let me see that what actually is the domain, the type and the protocol. So is there any detailed about that? Let me see, because the documentation is the main thing. I think this is good. Is can I get a return? Yeah. So on the success, file descriptor for the new socket is returned, otherwise -1, and if error then something like that. So all right. So what I'm gonna do is, if I am not wrong, the name of the structure is sock addr in, and let me type the name, that is sock as sock, and what will be the value of the sock? So s is socket, and what I need something called af underscore inet. So let me see what do we need to actually parse the af inet. So man3 af underscore inet. All right, so man2 no. So all right, let actually initialize that for man3 socket. No, man2. I need sys socket.h. all right. All right. So I should include sys/ socket.h, and we have to define the IP and the port. Why? Because we actually send the request to an IP, and obviously we should have an HTTP port. So I think we should define them here instead of using some global constant. So define IP. So what will be the IP? So we will try to do maybe on Google. So we will do host, or we will do NC. I think host is good. Host www.google.com. We got this IP. So let me copy this. And what will be the name? So basically I have to make them inside of a quotation and www.google.com. To be honest, sometime the IP will not maybe react with it, not send me some good request. So that time I have to import some other, let's say Yahoo, let's say Amazon maybe. Yeah, we will try to do it. And define the port is 80. Alright, this will be HTTP, not HTTPS. Point to be noted, this is HTTP for text simulations and all, right? Alright, we have sent the INET. What we need next? So everything I am doing using the manual because I cannot memorize everything. Okay. So the next first I need the domain, need the type and the protocol. So for the type, here there is written that if I am not wrong, something called socket stream. Yeah, the first thing is socket stream provides a sequenced, reliable two-way connection based byte streams and out of band data transmissions mechanism may be supported. All right. So another thing I need is stream, and the next thing is the protocol. So I can use 0, but I don't know. Let me see, because instead of doing that we can just do it, right? All right, folks. So the protocol, let me see what is the protocol type. Yeah, protocol is this one. So we actually think, I'm thinking here we can use 0 or not. Socket yeah, the protocol specifies a particular protocol. Particular protocol can be used with a socket. Normally a single protocol existed to their support. Yeah, in which case just see this, in which case this specified as 0. However, we can do C protocol 5, get protocol protoint 3. How the map protocol name? Okay, I think 0 is good. 0 is good for our case. All right, next, what will be the return value? Because I should return the S in some point. I should return the S. So for that I have to see it. All right, folks. So let me see it again, and the return value. This will be everything, like doing everything from documentation. I don't think where. Yeah, on success, file descriptor for a new socket is returned. On error -1. So okay, so I can do like this. Yeah, for I think I can check here. So if S is less than 0, then I can send that the socket error or something happened. I think today we'll have a less duration video. All right, so printf socket error, maybe some line break, and we will return -1. All right, folks. Next, I have to initialize the structure for the socket. This is one of the most important part, to be honest. So what will this be? This will be the structure of the socket. How should the socket look like? What will be the address? What will be the protocol? What will be the family? So for the thing I need sock.sinaddr. This is actually a structure, and I need s_addr. This will be, if I am not wrong, this will be a man yeah, inet iddr. So I have to just copy them. So what does it take? It maybe take something called the IP. I am 110% sure it takes the IP, but let me show you. IDDR inet ADDR. Where is this? Yeah, so it takes the IP. Alright, so it takes the IP. So inet ADDR, I have the IP variable set in global, so it takes the IP. Let me show it. Okay, it takes the IP, and let me initialize this all here under shift V. Okay, so I think I should have to clear this. Change 7, right? So 7x. All right. Just a clarification, right? Holy shit, what actually is this? Alright, so STDIOSY is socket ARPA inet, and yeah, that's the thing. Alright guys, the next thing is I have to import the protocol. I mean, sorry, not protocol, that's port. So sock.sin_port will be that is something that takes the port. So here actually in the documentation you can see that is called edge tones, but I will show you that how it work. Man 3 edge tones. So it is actually an ARPA inet. So what is actually edge tones? Converts the unsigned short integer host from a byte order. So basically something like this, right? Something like 0x0000045 maybe, something like that, right? Edge tones and port. All right. So it is an unsigned integer. You can write it as integer event maybe XYZ. All right, folks. So let me just position them a bit for a better understanding. I think this is good, right? All right. The next thing what I need, the SIN family, right? So sock.sin family is I need AF inet. That is actually from ARPA. So the structure is done, as I know. I think that's all I have to do. Just I have to set something like I have to send the headers and all, but let me do it. So what I think is I have to set the data, the buffer, what I have to write, but let me do that first, right? So now I have to check that I actually am connected or not. So if connect. I am not sure about what will be the syntaxes, but something like the is and the struct. Maybe I have to see that what is actually connect takes. So man3 connect connect, no, man2 connect. Yeah, it is a socket library. System calls connects the socket referred by the file descriptor. All right, what does it take? It take the integer sockfd, that is actually the we have set it now. We have set it the s, so it takes the s first. What does it take next? It takes the construct sock adder, which I think you can guess it takes the sock that we have set it. So we have set it that the sock variable, but I think I have to typecast this because it saying it takes the const struct having a pointer of this, but it is not a pointer, so I have to use the typecasting of pointer. So I have to typecast it struct addr, then pointer, then the sock, right? Then size of struct addr in, and what does this return? Does it returns anything? Yeah, same as -1. So I have to do something like that. So if it should not be like, it should not equals to 0, and I think, yeah, no, this is good. Alright, so if it is connected, then I will write key printf connect error, or maybe I will add something like this, or I will maybe return to -1. And yeah, that's all. That's all I have to do. Alright, so one thing I should do, that connecting, doing everything. So after doing everything, we should close that server. So close s for this case also. This is not necessary, but actually a good practice, to be honest, because when we actually work with normal file, let's say we have opened some file, did some operations inside the file, after completion of our operation we didn't close the file, it actually took the memory, and we should optimize the memory a bit to give more what I'll say more efficiently optimization techniques and all, right? So now I have returned it -1. Now I have to do something called we actually connects, right? We actually connects. Now we actually write something inside of the server, inside of the TCP client. So this is so it is normal like write command. We actually did it on if I'm not wrong, that is file, right? So the same thing like file, but we will see that what it takes as an arguments and not. But what should we write? Think it like we are writing instead of a file. If we are writing instead of a file, what do we need? First thing is the data. Now data should be some share. We have talked like what is share in C in previous episodes, where we actually see that how pointer is how should the pointer looks like, how should interact with a pointer, like what is string actually is. String is a sequences of array of characters, and how we should avail the values. So actually need data, right? We have to send some data like with that head /http 1.0/n, so that one, right? and we will need something called buffer. Now buffer is important because we have done buffer maybe. Buffer is when we write something, we should need some buffer having on, that is also on shared, having some size of big size, I don't know, maybe 512. Let me do that. So alright folks, so I did this. Now I need this shard. So shard buff having 512. I need another shard that is maybe data. So how to write it? Writing is pretty much easy. Is there anyone, by the way? Holy shit, today there is no one. Hey, by the way, one thing. Am I just under the pufferfish logo? I don't know. Holy shit. So I think I should move that upside a bit, not upside, maybe a bit left. I think that will be good, right? A bit left. Yeah, I think this is good because I'm not I'm not making my file too low. I am making a bit up. I think this is good, right? Alright, so you can see that what I have written here. Now if connects is done, now to write, right? To write, what I'll write to s and the data, and what does r write takes, I don't know. Man 3 write, no, man 2 write. Yeah, it is an unistd. I haven't imported, but so I have to import it. So writes up a count bytes from a buffer starting at buffer to the file. Alright, so what it takes the file descriptor fd const void some like counter. So yeah, so and counter, right? Oh, alright. Actually, I'm very noob on the tmux, so I have to maybe alright. And the count. So I think data is good, right? Data is actually the index because I have taken something like this pointer. I have taken data as a pointer, so I think yeah, that is justified. What I need strl, maybe the count of the data. That's all right. Now I got the buffer. Now let me set the buffer to 0 because to be honest, I like that because when you have a buffer, you should not expect something having an unnatural value. This is not mandatory, but I think I like that. So mem set what I wanna, so buffer, and I make it 0. And what is the size of the buffer, by the way? It is 512. So you can guess that what I wanna take, that is 511. Alright folks, now I have to read, right? Now what does the read take? It will be O. So man to read is also an unistd. It takes the file descriptor, buffer count, and same argument. So it also take the same. Hey, one thing. No, everything is good. So 0, the buffer, and 511. Then I will close this. No, sorry, the yes, and I will printf maybe the string that I'll get, the buffer. return 0. Oh, I have written 0 already, so let me remove this and a bit. Now I haven't set up the data. So what will be the data? The data will be the same thing that I have sent, the HTTP, that one, right? So I think I should do it like here, right? I need a gap. So data is actually a string head slash HTTP slash 1.0, maybe slash n. I'm not sure that this is the correct format or not, but so let me see. GCC, what is the name? WebSockets.tdata. Yeah, I got a couple of errors. First thing is I have to import the string.h and also the unistd.h, right? Hash include and that's all. What else I need to? It is saying कि cannot convert a pointer to a type. In line number 42. This line, right? What the fuck is this sock? Oh, holy shit. I should have to send the references, not the variable. Right? It compiles. It actually didn't break up. It is working, right? But it is not giving any good response that it is working. I'm not sure about is it not getting the IP properly? Let me see that what I have done. Alright, I think I know that I should have to debug it a bit. See that this no. nothing is working, so I have to debug this. Alright, I'm importing everything correctly. Int main, then I have is the buffer, shard data, and the data. Alright, then I will initialize the socket. The socket will take the inet and stream and 0. Otherwise I'll get a socket error. So if I get a socket error, the file will close. That is good. Now, sock sin addr dot inet addr ip port h tones, that will get the port, is in, that will get the family. If connect is comma struct sock size of struct ddr and close one. I'm writing the string data, I'm reading, then closing that and buffer. For a reference, let me take the Google one, that is 182.67. Let me try this. Not no this one. Or the code is not breaking. That is actually a good sign. The code is not breaking. I think I am getting something wrong. Yeah, that is listening, but I think the writing has a problem. I think the string of this string actually have some problem. This string. By the way, that should be 512, not 511. Oops, not this one. GCC web dot slash web sockets. No, I think I have to go through everything from scratch, right? So I'm mentioning this is the sockets, I'm mentioning the buffer, the data, sock addr. Is this the correct? No, actually if that is wrong, then I will get a segmentation fault. I'm not getting that, right? So then I am getting the data. Then I have the socket that will if inet sock stream and 0. If it is negative, then I'm getting that -1. Let me remove that for now. I don't know that is the error cause of error or not. Then sock sin addr dot saddr inet addr ip edge transport if connect s comma struct addr and sock, then size of struct, if that is negative then I will do connect error, but I'm not getting connect error, to be honest. This is actually the problem, that I think there is a problem with I don't know, maybe the IP addresses with it. I'm thinking of IP addresses because I'm not getting any wrong statement there. I think the problem is with IP. Host dot google.ac. Let me try this. Yeah, that's the thing, maybe. I don't know. Because I'm 110% sure that in my code there is no wrong, because it's actually easy and we have followed the documentation. We haven't written any single line of code without seeing the documentation. I have one problem in the socket statement, but let's really give it some time. In between of them, see that what is the number of views, or open chat GPT and see that I'm not getting any good statement. Or if I can, I think the mouse, the copy is actually disabled over there. Why the compile, there is no bug in compilation. Why I can't get my back? Holy shit, I actually found what is the bug. Bullshit, what I am done actually. Guess what? I actually got this now. When I'm reading, why should I read from 0? I should read from S. I think you should know, because previously I have done the mem set. The first thing is called stdin. So what will be the stdin? The stdin obviously should be the socket. So this is called, yeah, done. This is how cool. See, this is not, I'm getting every response back, and this is done successfully. So basically the bug was the reading line problem, and we actually have the TCP client properly read everything. This is not a P3P policy. See that for help. I'm good. So the client works awesome and successful, to be honest, if I say. So how should be the TCP server? What I'm gonna do is I will create another what I gonna say, that another file that I will do the TCP server. That is good. So what will be the TCP server? The TCP server will be something like in Express or in a nodeJs. What I've done key something like this now. So in, let's say, vim sockets .c. So in Express, what do we do? We actually import our Express. Then we do like const app equal to Express. Then we will do key app dot get, maybe something like this, request and response, and we'll do something like key response dot JSON hello world, something like that, right? And we do like app dot listen and comma, maybe something like this, right? I'm not maintaining the syntaxes. I'm just writing as like what people does actually. Not this one. At first this, then this, yeah. Then we do key app is listening on XYZ port, and if we run it at that node index.js, then we will see key the app is listening on the port. So we will create the same stuff in C as we have done the client listening the header. We will do something in C also, that will be listening the port, and we will actually host a server from maybe httpd :/0.0.0.0/80. maybe I'll give some, not 80, maybe 81, maybe 6969. This is a good name, 6969, right? So yeah, you can go there and you can actually read that this is the server, and we will establish a telnet connection with this, having this like env-telnet local host 6969, and we see that the server will be connected. So this will be our job today. Now how to do in order to do it? To basically the thing are a bit same of the what I'll say, the web sockets, but I need something extra to, everything will be same. There will be some different stuff, but everything will be same. We have to get the clients as well as the server, but yeah. So what is the name? The name is sockets.c. all right, hash include stdio.h. return 0. Yeah. So what I need it first, the first thing is I should need all the imports what I did here. So I will go to the WebSocket subit because I need the imports. Why? And I will alright folks, now I need a bit of line more, and yeah, first thing is I need the client and the server, and I will need something called the sock len. So what is this? That is called man3 sock lnt, if I'm not wrong. That is, yeah. So it is from socket. So what does it take is, it is actually a structure, right? It is actually a structure. It have some members. You can read it, but let me tell you in details. It is not that much what I'll say, that much tough. That is just like an addr-ln. You can just write it up over here, so you can see that what does it take and all. Storage, yeah, I need this. Describes the length of a socket address. Alright, so this does actually describes the length of an address. So I have said key not int sock len t, that will be what a length, address length, right? addr-ln. So that will be what? Yeah, at least 32 bits. Alright, no problem at all. And struct sock addr in for source, I mean server, and client. I think this is good, right? Instead of writing some short form. Alright, next what I need. I don't need anything right now. I just have the socket. So let me connect it with the socket. So S is, I just forget what does it take. Don't mind man to socket, because it is actually a vast function. First thing is the domain. Alright, first thing is the domain, that is af underscore inet. Then is sock stream and the 0, right? And as well as what I've did there. So s is, if s is less than 0, then it will return key printf socket. Yeah, that's it, just like this. And everything, the setup will be as well as the server and the client, right? So srv dot sin family will be af inet srv server, sorry, not srv, because I am a bit, I did everything with srv cli, so I am writing it like this. Server dot sin addr addr is 0. Now it is a bit controversial. I am not sure ki it is 0 or not. Let me drink water a bit. But I'm not sure that much that it should be 0 or not, but actually I am a bit not confident with ADDR. Yes, ADDR. Oops, what is this I? There is a problem with my keyboard, that's why sometimes the misprint of I and L comes around. Alright guys, so server dot sin underscore port is edge tones. It will take the port, but I don't have port, so let me set the IP and port. So I should need not IP, because the IP will be HTTP just like a localhost, but this should be define port 6969. Please don't troll me with the port, but all right. Another thing I can do, I just forget that, but I just intentionally skipped that out, but let me do that. Yeah, memset and server 0 and the size of the server, size of the server, as well as the same for client, 0 and the size of client. Oops, yeah, and what will be the ADDR? I'm not sure about ADDR LN. Should have said, but yeah, let me leave that right there. I'm thinking key should make the ADDRLN to 0. Yeah, I'm thinking of that, but let me just leave that right now. Alright, so I have set the server properly. Now I want to use a new thing that is called man3 bind, man2 bind. Yeah, bind takes the same thing like the socket, but a bit different. Sorry, not socket, the connect. Like, so I will write bind. It will take the S, the socket. It's not the socket. This is the integer I have set it for the socket, and I have set it one integer for client. It just take the S. Here you can see the sock fd, and I have to do the same like a destructure. Just here use struct addr was that right? Yeah, addr. You can see here sock addr. And yeah, server size of server, and I'm doing one mistake again. That should be the references. All right, folks. Now I will printf that bind I will close the not this is actually the file descriptor, right? So, and return will be what is the return value? Yeah, the same as, so -1. And I think like this here, nothing like in if the value I can do like if is, but Will I? No, let's not do it. So let me see that is anyone there. Today's I have 1 views. Holy shit. Just a second, let me see. Just a second, see the intro for some second. Holy shit, today there is no one. But alright. Alright folks, we will do good coding. I know that, yeah. So bind is done. Now I have to listen that the port is listening or not. So if listen, so let me see man 3 listen listen listen, no man 2. Alright, it takes the socket FD and the backlog. What the fuck is backlog? It marks, I know that what it does. But what is the backlog? The backlog argument defines a maximum length which queue of pending connections. Alright, so let's say I have a socket and some queue connections will be there. Right, got it. So listen, by the way, what will be the default value of a backlog? No, the return is like the same. I don't know, maybe I will do 3. Listen is comma 3. Alright, what it does the same. Printf if it is returning -1, so -1, yeah. So listen close the S and return to -1. Alright, and I should say कि I will printf yeah, I should make this. I think this is here. Listening on 0.0.0.0, then colon, then %d and %d. Listening on, then port, right, then I need the client. Now the setup for the client. C equals to, the client will do what? Accept, that was maybe something like this. It was called get yeah, accept. Take the socket FD, the socket nullable restrict addr. The same thing, like the arguments are same, is the same thing. Str uct struct I'm not sure. Okay, what does it return? Yeah, -1 is the same. So I should not see the return value. Everything is returning -1. So yeah, if c is less than 0, alright. Sometimes my keyboards are not behaving properly, so see see accept and close the C. Turn -1. And if I connected, then I will do that client connected, and the same thing, read. I will read and the data and the write. Okay, so read will be the C that we have mistake in the first part, and the 511 obviously. We did the mem set first. Here we did the mem set, so no need to mem set here. We have did the mem set here. Alright folks, so the data will be httpd pd not s v1 dot 0, maybe v1.0, then /n. What I'll write? What write will take the same thing as read. It will take the C, the data you want to write, and the length. Point to be noted, data will be a pointer. I have done this is one big mistake that I sometimes do. No, I didn't done. See shard data. Another thing I didn't done. Guess what? I didn't have set it the buffer. (512). Alright, so everything is good. strlen of what? Data obviously, right? Sometime I not data, that should be data. Alright, then close the client and close the server and return 0. Alright, let me clean some code. I think there is so much. Yeah, I think this is good. So let me compile this. Come gcc. What is the name? Sockets. socket sockets.c-o sockets. I have a bug in line 34. Struct socket at no member called sin or Holy fuck, that should not be this, that should be this. Yeah, listening on the port, listening on the port. Now what I'll do, I will get another terminal, and in the terminal I will write netstat -an less c. No connection. Yeah, see this TCP connection. So our device is listening, right? We have done successfully. Now let me check the telnet. So I will do telnet, not like this. So env, if I'm not wrong, telnet local host 6969 and head /http/1.0 connection lost by foreigners. That time we got it. So if you see, you can see that connect is cliented. Sorry, connect is cliented. Client connected. Now let me try one thing. I'm not sure that this will be done. This will be done successfully, but or not. What is this? That is, we created a client, right? We created a client. Let me open that client at first. So gcc websockets.c -o websockets. Sorry, let me go to that vim websockets.c. And instead of doing that IP, I'm not 110% sure that this will not be done. What will be the value? 0.0.0.0 colon the port number, right? Let me do 80. Let me do 6969 and remove the port, or just make this is the IP and the port is 6969, and here let me run, sorry, yeah, let me run the sockets. Sockets is running, and here connected, see HTTPD connected, and here you can see that client is connected. So we have created an HTTPD server connected with the client and the server without using any external libraries. Yeah, we have used plenty of libraries, like everything is C, the HTTLIB. We have used SYS socket. Okay, so there is one external library, I mean W. And see how cool we have done. Every code I have written with you, just a bit socket programming, nothing more. There are more part in socket programming where people can actually create some CRUD operations like create, read, update and delete, some HTTP calls, some routing handling, some file transferring, everything. So we will do that in maybe the next videos, whereas I will explore some stuff and all. I think in this video you have learned something new, you have explored something new, and according to me, obviously there should be no connections in between of nodeJs developers and the React.js developer and C developers, because C is actually from the very low level. People actually tinker with the hardwares. Actually, you have seen key here, I have nothing to do on top of any applications, because in JavaScript we have just 4 lines of code to connect with an HTTP to make an HTTP request, and we can make an Axios call to connect with some Axios server. But here we are doing actually know that how actually the server is looking like. We are creating the server, we are connecting each byte, we are connecting everything from scratch. If we create without creating the socket.age, we create everything from scratch, that time you will know that how that one byte by byte is interacting with the stuff. So see this here, how the ADDR address length has been set, how I am connected with the socket, and this is the structure of a server, how the server is look like, server having an address, server having a family, having a port. This is a binding. So what does it bind look like? So you can just read it, man3 bind, man3, man2 bind. When a socket is created with a socket 2, it is exists with a namespace and address family, but no address assigned to that. So that time how bind is called. There are so much rules here. Read it up here. Everything is good. Just use one bind library. Don't get up more into it. Just use a bind library, bind a call, create server, and explode it. I think this is all. There is htons, which grabs a port, and I can listening. So I does what I am binding, I am listening, and I am accepting the calls, and the client is connected. That's all. That's all. Yeah, that's all. So I think that's all for today. Maybe what we can do is we can create an HTTP server, do some CRUD over there, make some GET request. Maybe I think we have done the GET request part. We actually get the headers. That's all. Yeah. So maybe in the next video we can. So this is most important stuff. We can connect with different websites. We can fetch their requests. We can actually see the system calls and all. Yeah, that's all. So we created a web server properly without using any without using any JavaScript library. We created the client call, we created the server call. We have properly connected the server with the client, everything from scratch in C, not JavaScript or any other library, just using C and socket programming. Here you can see how actually the TCP client works, how actually the TCP server works under the hood of a I don't know, maybe a telnet server. Yeah, that's the thing. You can try it out by yourself, just tinkering something. This is the sample stuff. If you want to create some big web server, you have to create this thing at first to actually initialize some TCP server and TCP client. So I think that's all for today. Should we close with playing a chess game or not, or just close it up right here? There is 2 members but no chats for today. One member have came here and left in this time, and a guy have stayed for I don't know, maybe 2 minutes or not. So today's video is just like 1 hour and 24 minutes, but I have got 1 likes by the way. Yeah, that's all I think. Yeah, so basically next day what I gonna do is I'm sorry that I'm not able to give this code. If you want I can give, but that will be a mess to give this short code. Anubis, boss is the reason why you are free today, not because some people sat on hunger. Yeah, who is you? What do you, man? Brother, to be honest, I respect Subhash Chandra Bose, but this is not a YouTube channel where we do this. This is not a geopolitical channel. Guess, sorry. let me tell the context a bit. In the next time, what we do is we will create an CRUD over there in the socket lineup. Yeah, we can do one thing, brother. We can create a virus in the sense of the not in the sense of virus. We will create a defacement attack. Yeah, maybe in the next video. In the next video, I'll show you how to make a defacement attack with find the put request vulnerability. I have created this project. Maybe I will do it. Yeah, next day in C, completely in C. Everything gonna be done in C. We will create an API call. I mean, in the C projects, if you run the file and give the target website lists, that time if the website have a put request vulnerability, then a sample that you will upload as an HTML file will be replaced by that website in their HTML files. I think that's gonna be a cool project, brother. So yeah, that's it. So what are you doing here? I mean, what are you working on? Sorry, I'm not sure. What are you for? Okay, so that's it for today. Goodbye for now. And should we play a chess game before closing? Alright, so I think that's all. Because what is the time, by the way? 2:28. I think that's good. That's all. And the name is not bad. Creating a web server in C to please the nodeJs developer. Alright, goodbye.